Hi, everybody over there in social media land. Here we are again on another episode of the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. That is more. Yep, that is more. I want to say to you on this Friday Eve or Friday, because it's always a one day, next day thing going on up in here, Uh-huh. So it is Friday Eve and it is Friday somewhere else. I want to say welcome. A lovely welcome to you out there on social media land. This is where we come on in here and we get together at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live just about every day, except for Sunday and Monday. So we're here Tuesday straight to Saturday, and then sometime, holiday season. But beside that, we are here every day, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adjust your time so you can come on in so you don't miss anything. And then while you're doing that, just hit the notification bell, press subscribe, hit the notification bell and all that good stuff so you don't miss an episode. So just in case that we're not here, then you don't come and then you're like, knock. Anybody home? No, nobody's here. Why? Because you did not hit the notification bell to know that we are not here. When there's no live show, most likely there's something popping up on the screen, or there's some form of something, maybe a pre-recorded show or something. But there's always something going on up in here on the Question Live Show. And this is why we are here. Truly, this is why we are here. We are here to inspire. We are here to empower. We are here to support each other. Absolutely. So whatever you have out there, come on in so we can build and grow together. This is season 10. Yeah, this is season 10 of the Question Live Show. So we are coming on in here and we are coming to build together. We are coming and we are in the season of overflow in season 10. Season 10 is saying that we are overflowing. So we want somebody to come on in, and if we are overflowing and somebody's in the way, hey, we might just drop a little bit of our blessing, sprinkle a little bit of blessing on them, right? So we want to come into the mentality of an overflow. When we have an overflow, more people get affected by the overflow. More people get impacted by the overflow. More people is being inspired by the overflow. And that is exactly what we want in here. So when we have that overflow in our mind, an overflow of kindness, overflow of love, we want to come on in here and do just that and spill on over. I once heard that someone said, serve from your overflow. So serve from your saucer. Serve with a full cup from your saucer. Then when you're serving from the overflow, somebody's going to and eat up something or drink up something. Whichever case you want to do it, whether you want to have a cup overflowing, a saucer overflowing, your plate overflowing, your heart overflowing, your mind, all of that. It is the fact that you should share. Okay, the fact that you should share when there is an overflow. So I want to thank you so much for those of you who have been here all through some season. Maybe you have not been here for the past 9 seasons, but you came in somewhere along the line that you're still here in season 10. I want to really appreciate you. I want to really thank you for showing up all the time. When we are showing up, we're not showing up for ourselves. We are showing up for our family, our community, and we are showing up for generations to come. So yes, indeed, I want to thank you so very much. Now listen, we having a good topic tonight, but before we go into tonight's topic, I just want to say that if you are here and this is your very first time coming in on this platform, you never heard of us before, you never heard of the Question Live Show before, you never heard of Verona Willis-Brown or You Free Enough platform before, and this is your first time coming into season 10. You have come into the right season because this is where you have baby and babies developing, so we are developing here. So if you are coming in for the first time in season 10, I want to say to you, hello. You came in at the right time. This is your season of overflow. So wave to me and let me know that this is your first time, because I get really excited when I see a first timer. Yes, indeed, I do get excited because every time we get something new, whether ladies, whether we get our hair done, I meant you, whether you go get your hair cut, barber shop, you buy a new pair of shoes, whatever it is, Whenever we get anything new, we get excited. Always somebody give us something new, we get excited. We put up like, oh my God, we jumping, shouting, and Christmas season just went by, holiday season just went by. You getting gifts and all that stuff. You get excited. Listen, somebody achieve something, you get excited. My girlfriend just got proposed, I get excited. I'm like, oh my goodness, something new. So we get excited, okay? We get really excited. So when we are having a new person coming on here, a new viewer, a new subscriber, a new somebody waving, I get excited. I get really, really excited because now what will happen? What will happen? You will expand my family, okay? And for those who've been here, they know that I'm from a huge family. So it's not that I need a family member. It's just that you're going to be adding up to my family. And what happened? We just get bigger and stronger, and we're going to move right into things, right? So this is how we're going to roll into. So I want to welcome you. So don't feel shy when you get here and this is your first time. You get here and it is your first time. Just wave to me. Just wave. Put in the comment section, howdy, hello, hola, bonjour, whatever your language is. Put in the comment section that it is your first time, so I can acknowledge you. Absolutely. I want to acknowledge your presence. I don't want to just be sitting there thinking, should I say hi? Should I say hello? Should I wave? Wave your virtual hand if you don't want to say nothing or you don't want to put in your language. Just wave your virtual hand so I can acknowledge you. And put first timer. Okay, even like when you're having a new baby, you get excited. So guess what? You will be considered a new baby of the family. And I love to see a new baby. Let me tell you, their newness, they're so pure. They come on in and we just welcome them in the world. So tonight we want to go into some stuff. We want to go into how we are going to seek guidance, because no matter what we do in life, wherever we're going, whatever we do, we need some form of guidance, okay? So we need some form of guidance, whether we speak to our family, whether we speak to a God, whether we speak to the children, whoever, the teacher, the counselor, whoever. I think that's why they call it guidance counselor in school, because you are guiding the person in the correct way. You want somebody to guide you and say, okay, this is the way I believe you should go. I suggest you take this route instead of that route because you got traffic over there, so go this way. That's why they have the GPS. Yeah, that GPS is a little guidance thing, It guides you along the way. So we want to make sure that we are seeking guidance no matter which way we are going. Whether we are driving literally or we are just driving our mind into a direction called our destiny. So we really want to do that. So when we come on in, we want to come on with the mentality that we need some form of guidance. Now, I am here as your host. I am here to drop some inspiration on you. You can take it or leave it, okay? I'm here to drop some golden nuggets to you and some juicy contents here. You can take it or leave it, but I am going to dish it out. It's like you get a plate of food and you can choose to eat it, okay? But if you eat it, it might not digest, but whichever way you look at it, here on the Question Live Show, my responsibility as your host is to drop some juicy contents, some golden nuggets, and you can take them. You can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the amount is, and you come on in and you utilize them. Because personally, I like to guide you, and I like to be guided. Amen. I like to be guided. I'm like, ooh, God, something like guided meditation. Guide me, Lord. Yes, I like to be guided. So yes, indeed, I come on in as your host and say, let's do this. Okay, we go arms in arms, like giving a big virtual hug. It's like, come on in, like you get somebody in. Those babies in the little snuggly, and they put them right here, and you wrap them up in your bosom and you guide them along the way, like, yeah. So when you think about guidance, we think about being protected, okay? We are guarded along the way. So good. Now listen to me. First timers, we really have some rules here, but it's no big deal. It's not mandatory that you follow these rules. It's just simple rules, like, if you see me talking right now and you're looking at me right now and all that good stuff, just press the share button, please, and thanks, and invite somebody else to come on in so we can share together and be encouraged together, be empowered together, and move on together as we support each other. So just share the live. You go to the share button right there. Share the live, because if you are in live right now and I put your name on the screen, of course you're in live. That's how I'm gonna know that you're in live. That's how you gonna know that you're in live. That is how somebody else who will watch the replay will know that you were in the live audience. And that is exactly how we want to roll into this thing. You're in the live audience, say, hey, how are you? How you doing? All that good stuff. And that is what we want to do, right? So good. Before we go into tonight's topic, I want to talk about something. I want to recap something. Last night, if you missed last night's episode, you just got to go back and find last night's episode, and then you see what happened in last night's episode. But last night we talked about detox. So before I go into tonight's episode, I really want to talk about just a little recap of detoxing. The detox that I talked about last night, because last time we talked about how to detox naturally as well as how to detox your spiritual space. But I wanna spotlight this product. Okay, guess this way. I don't know if you can see it, but I want to spotlight this product here tonight. If you know me, you know that I'm always spotlighting somebody else's product, because why? I believe in these products, whether it is a book or the merchandise like this. I like to spotlight things that work well for me. And if it works for me, I would like to recommend it to somebody else. So this is a product. I talked about detox last night. This is a product that I recommend this product, new species. So if you can see, it says cleanse and detoxify the intestine and the colon cleanser. Yeah, and the intestine. We want to go into our intestine and we want to do like a little scrubbing going on. So I just want to spotlight this a little bit. I don't know if you could see it. I just want to spotlight this a little bit. I don't know why you can't. But anywho, let me know if you can see it. Okay. So if you can see it, let me know. If not, just let me know. Just send me a message or something, and we'll talk about it. But that's beside the point now. Let us go into tonight, what we want to talk about tonight. Because tonight we want to talk about, listen, I hope you have something to drink on this Friday Eve. We are in the first weekend of 2024. Oh, wow. We made it to the first weekend. We accomplished something for the first weekend of 2024. And I have my water right here. So I hope you have been drinking your water. Me, I have my water right here. So whatever you're drinking, it's up to you, whatever you're drinking. But I have my water right here. This is like a 2 liter. I drank probably 2 liters already. So I'm doing like 4 liters today. Okay? So yeah, drink up your water and all that good stuff. And let us roll into tonight's episode, because tonight's episode we are going to talk about why is it important to seek godly guidance. But before I do that, I want to just go into the audience really quick, and I want to say good night. I want to say good night to Cheryl, good night. Yes, indeed. Good night. Listen to me. Cheryl is a VIP. She came in and she earned her badge as a VIP. Yes, indeed. Not a VIP. A VIP is someone who ranks differently over here. Okay. Over here in the Question Live Show, we have different ranks over here. So yes, indeed, Cheryl is a VIP. So I want to say to her, welcome, and good night to you. Yes, indeed. Pot full, pot cover get. That's one of the other way to say you're having you're serving from the overflow. Pot full, pot cover, get some. Oh, I never heard of that one before, but that one is good, Cheryl. Wow. I never heard of that one. You see, this is why we are here. We are here to learn from each other. That is the reason why when we show up and say we are here to support each other, come on now, listen to me. When I say support, often when we hear the word support, we are thinking financially, okay? Financially. You need to support me. Can you support me? You need to support. Can you support me? We are not talking about financially. When we are supporting each other, we are learning from each other. When we are supporting each other, we are showing up with our gifts, with our talent, and we are standing in space and in place with somebody and helping somebody out. So when we talk about support, it is required of us to show support to somebody, okay? At least one person a day we should be showing support to. So when we're showing up with our smile, we show up with a compliment, we're showing up with our gifts, with our talent, we're showing up with something like what Cheryl just did. She just put something here that I never heard of. She showed up with her knowledge, okay? And that is how we support each other. Support is not about you giving no money. It's not about that. If you wish to give money, then fine. But support is not about giving money. And we got to get out of that mentality that when we say, oh, can you support me? The first thing that, money. Can you support me? Money. No, we got to get out of that mentality of thinking the first thing when we say support, we are associating it with money. When we say support, we're just saying, hey, just say hi. When we are showing support, we're just saying, if you know something that you believe I need to know, share it. Share that knowledge. Knowledge is not power by itself. Knowledge is power when we apply it and when we share it. So we want to come on in and we want to share that which we have or which we gather, right? So when we say support, just the way Sharon just shared this phrase, that is support. I got some support right here because I'm like, ooh, we gonna overflow. And here comes Sharon. Pot full, pot cover, get some. Hello. That is how you show support. Sharon's like, let me tell you one, let me tell you this, let me tell you that. And that is how I appreciate you when you come on in. You see, let me tell you something about this show. This show is not a monologue. So let's get this clear out of the way. This is not a monologue. This is a dialogue, which is a conversation between you and I. So when I show up here and I'm talking, I am talking, and so I expect you to talk with me. Have a little talk with me so I know that I'm not talking by myself. Just the same way Cheryl just did that. She's talking back to me, okay? And that is a form of support as well. So good. So tonight we are going to talk about how important it is to seek guidance, okay? How important it is to seek guidance. We want to seek guidance no matter where we are going. Right now we are in the 4th or the 5th day of January 2024. Lord knows, God guided us all the way to 2024. And if you're just born yesterday, hello somebody, God guided you. Happy birthday to my nephew who, well, he was not born this January, but he was born January 1st a while back. Happy birthday to my nephew. And this month I have a little birthday shout out to give on this show. Again, my family is huge. So I have a birthday, I believe, and I hold this. I believe there is a birthday in my family every month. 1 or 2. This month, I think there are probably 5 or 6. About 5 or 6 birthdays in this family for January. I don't know what was happening, but January real busy. Really busy in my family. So I want to give birthday shout out for everybody out there who celebrated their birthday. Shout out to my nephew who celebrated his birthday on January 1st, right? So the rest of the birthdays, as you come along, I will shout you. So my nephew, my handsome nephew Leo, shout out to you. Happy birthday. Yes, indeed. So good. So if you have a birthday you want us to shout you out, just say it's your birthday. Just say it's your birthday. Whatever the case is, send me a message. It is your birthday. If it's your birthday or all that good stuff, maybe it is your anniversary and all that good stuff. We want to shout you out right here because that is how we support each other. And when we support each other like that, we will grow better. We will grow better. And that way, when we grow better, we replenish the earth, okay? And that is the whole sole purpose. Honey, ain't nobody can succeed by themselves out here. And I know we all wanted to find some form of success somewhere. And nobody, I absolutely mean nobody cannot succeed by themselves. I mean, when I say nobody, I mean not even the president cannot succeed by himself. So therefore, we need each other to succeed. You need me, I need you. We just need each other. And that's how we're going to develop up in here, up in here. So come on in, and let us work together. Let us build together. Let us create together. Let us grow together. Yes, indeed. So good. So let us talk about tonight's topic, which is how important it is. How important it is. I mean, come on now. It's really important that we see some form of guidance. When we don't know something, we need guidance. It's like driving on the highway and you're going somewhere and you need the GPS to be on. Or you're like, excuse me, do you know which way to go? You're driving along the way. You're driving out of state, down the road, down the corner. You're going somewhere. You're driving somewhere. And you're not familiar with the place. You need some form of guidance. Yep. So even if it's the GPS that's talking to you, or somebody else is like calling you on the phone, like, okay, turn left, turn right. No, when you get to the stoplight, pause, all this stuff. We need guidance. We need some form of guidance, okay? So let us understand this and understand this quite well. Everybody needs guidance. Let's digest that. Everybody needs guidance. And while everybody needs guidance, this is how we are going to roll into tonight's episode. Yes, indeed. I see another VIP came in, and we say hello to Sharon. She's a VIP. Another VIP is in the house, indeed. So let us jump right into tonight's topic as we talk about why is it important to seek godly guidance. Not just guidance by itself, but we're talking about godly guidance, because without godly guidance, we cannot achieve much. No. Without godly guidance, we just go in between two opinions and we're not achieving much of anything. So yes, indeed. So we want to have a little godly guidance to just like, ooh. God is like the windshield wiper and say, hey, let me clear the little path for you. But let me tell you the reason why. We're going to jump into a few reasons why we need the godly guidance. When we have godly guidance, let me tell you the first thing that we accomplish when we have godly guidance, what happened? We increase on wisdom. We increase wisdom. We don't increase knowledge, honey. We don't increase knowledge. Knowledge is just there. Knowledge is just there. People seek knowledge all the time. People go back to school to get 50,000 degrees and they get all this knowledge. But let me tell you something about wisdom and knowledge. They're not the same thing. As you know, some people buy education, huh? It's not the same thing. You cannot buy wisdom. No. Wisdom only comes from God. So when we go and, some people like, oh, they got this degree and that degree and this degree and that degree and that degree and that. But not everybody who got those degrees are wise. So let's talk about being wise, okay? And that is one of the benefits. Because we are talking about the benefit of being wise, the benefit of seeking godly wisdom, of God guidance. When we are going for guidance, the benefit that we are getting here is that our wisdom increase. And if we didn't have wisdom before, now we got it. Because we're seeking guidance from the Most High Creator and the man that's full of wisdom, the one that is so wise in all his ways that he's like, create me and created you. And create us in different ways, and create us in different ways, and create us in different ways. So wise in all of his work. So when we are coming to seek guidance and we are seeking godly guidance, what will happen to us? Our wisdom will increase. Yep. So when we are lacking guidance, the best thing for us to do is like, God, give me some guidance. Give me some guidance. Pour down some guidance up in here. Trickle down some guidance up in here. We want to make sure that we seek guidance when we are raising our children. We raise them and like, oh, go to school, you gotta go to college, you gotta go to this. I am not knocking nobody who send their children to college and university and all that stuff. My parents never made it to college, honey, but they were wise. My parents never made it to high school, but they were wise. So if you want to send your children to college to get 10 degrees, that's up to you. That's up to you. My grandparents didn't send my parents to all of that. Wisdom is from God, and that is what happened. My parents seek godly guidance. When they start raising their children, they seek godly guidance. And what did God do? God said, hey, don't you worry. You never made it going to high school. You never made it past this. I'm going to increase your wisdom. And God increased their wisdom to raise a huge, we don't say big family, because big could be 5 people. Big could just be 5. My family, huge, okay? Huge, just huge. But what God did, God increased their wisdom to raise their family, increase their wisdom to be the best parents there is. There is an award that I could give my parents. You know what I'm saying? I could reward them over and over and over again. May their soul rest in eternal peace, honey, because they were wise in all their ways. Why? Because they seek godly wisdom, how to raise their family. We got to seek godly wisdom, godly guidance. Number 2 is when we seek godly guidance and we increase our wisdom, what will happen? Our pride. Pride. Some people just full of pride. Pride will decrease. The benefit of godly guidance, pride will start minimize pride, right? It start minimize and it go on down, because some people that's full of pride are like, I am this and that, no. We don't want you to be full of pride. We want you to come on in humility. And so when you come on in humility, because you're seeking godly guidance, what is happening? All that pride start diminish. That is another benefit. It start diminish. It go on down. It goes down and down and down and down. And what happened? We made it somewhere. We need to get into the habit of where we seek godly guidance. Yes, indeed. Number three ways that we really benefiting on seeking godly guidance. We build up a form of humility, because when we decrease pride, we become humble. You know how many of us go through life, we just not humble. We just go through life and we believe we achieve this, and because most of the time when we achieve something, what happened? Pride increase. Not to say that you're not supposed to be proud. You're supposed to be proud that you accomplished something, but pride increase, and what happened? No humility. We're not humble. Oh, I got this, I got that. I'm better than you. No, nobody's better than nobody. You get the opportunity to achieve something before I did, because I have the capability to achieve just the same. But because you achieved it before I did, you allow pride to overtake you to say, hey, I'm better than you. No, honey, let's work on the humility, because when we seek godly guidance, God is teaching us how to be humble. No matter what he allows us to achieve, he says, stay humble, honey. Stay humble. Stay humble. Stay right in that spot. Stay right there. So we don't want to lose our spot of being humble. We don't want to lose that spot of humility. So let us go into that one where we're like, thank you. Thank you. Because when we are humble, God will use us in another sense to lift up somebody else, right? But when we are so proud, we don't see where nobody else needs to be lifted up. When we are so proud, when we hold on into all that pride and we're just like, hey, pride just like, who? Pride just like, yeah, pride is everything. Pride is just like that. You gather up all that you gather up, that God allow you to gather, and sit in a corner. But you forget that there's somebody right there that might just need a little finger to hold on to. Not even a hand, because sometimes we don't even want to give a hand. A little finger, like, hey, your little eyes looking like, I see you. When we are humble, we see somebody else. Every day that we get up, we must see somebody else. We acknowledge somebody else. And that is the reason why when I tell you that when you come on in here, don't just come on in and just sit in the back like that. Don't just sit in the back and like, hey. No. Come on in here and wave to me so what I can acknowledge you, to let you know that I see you. Because when we are in this place of humility, we get to see somebody else. We get to see where we are coming from. We get to see where we're even going. So that is number 3 benefit in seeking godly guidance. Humility. Lord, don't let us look down on nobody. We got to drop that ego. You know, there's a difference between when you have ego than when you have self-confidence. When you have self-confidence, honey, you come on in and you dominate. And you come on in and you take over. And you come on in like, yeah. Because self-confidence simply means that you got something and you acknowledge that God allowed you to get something. And you acknowledge that God is saying, be humble, darling. Just be humble. So it is different when you have self-confidence than when you have ego. Before time they used to say, you know, when young people, listen to me, people out there, because yeah, this happened, it happened, and if you can relate, you can say, yeah, you know. This happened. When you sit there and you're developing your self-confidence, you're developing, you're accepting who you are, you're accepting your flaws and your failure, and you start saying, hey, I'm just going to show with all my flaws, my failures, and when you show up into your confidence, because you're developing confidence, oftentimes what happened, somebody said, you conceited. You are conceited. No, honey, you're not conceited, baby. Let me tell you something. Conceited is a whole different category. Conceited means your ego. You have that ego, that pride. You're not humble. But when we gotta learn to get out of this, that when somebody is developing their self-confidence, do not tell them that they're conceited. No. Do not tell them that they're conceited. They are confident. And confident is a whole different coat that we wear. Confidence saying that you accept who you really are. And you're showing up. You are showing up into your own light, the light that is given to you. You're showing up saying, hey, even though I'm still showing up. Even though I'm still showing up. Even though I'm still showing up. Okay? So let us be careful of how we are telling someone or our children that they're conceited. Because I grew up hearing that. I see nobody could have tell me that I was conceited, because I'm like, I ain't playing that with you. Because first of all, I could not even pronounce the word. First of all, somebody tried to tell me that I'm conceited. I'm like, honey, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. I don't even know how to spell that word. Are you trying to tell me something? You better tell me something that I can pronounce. You better tell me something that I can say it without itch, okay? So I even know how to say conceited. And you're trying to tell me I'm conceited, honey? I'm glad nobody never told me that I was conceited. What? No. But I'm glad that God taught me how to seek guidance of how to come in His presence and say, hello, let me develop your self-confidence, darling. Yeah. Okay? So parents, mentor, teachers, and all of everybody above children, please do not tell your children, the children in your space, that they are conceited when they are developing their self-confidence. Okay, good. Now that we got that, because now let me sit up a little bit. You know, sometimes I have to go drink some of my water. Let me go sip some of my water since y'all out there. Yeah. So now that we got that, let us come into the place where when we seek godly Godly guidance. What will happen to us? We are strengthening our belief system. We are strengthening our faith. We are strengthening the fact that we are dependent on God. We are strengthening the fact that, hey, I can't do this by myself, right? We are strengthening all of that. So when we come on in and we seek godly guidance, God is saying, hey, I see you looking a bit weak over there. But guess what happened? I am your strength. Come on in. Knock, knock, knock. Come on in. You know, they used to have that game like, knock, knock. Who is there? God is saying, knock, knock, knock. Come on in. Come on in and seek me. Let me guide you along the way. You're feeling tired? Okay, darling. God is saying, listen, I know exactly how to replenish your strength, because, you know, oftentimes we get into situation and we get tired out. Because what? We get stressed up because we're not seeking the godly guidance, huh? We're not seeking the godly guidance, and we go into situation and we fall into situation, and Lord knows we get all tired up and stressed up. Because do you know that when you are stressed, you get tired easy? When you are stressed out, you get tired really easy, honey. And God is saying, if you just allow me to guide you, then you see that you won't be so tired. You won't see that you won't feel so weak. You will see that if you just come and like, God, guide me along this way. It's like, I'm going to give you strength. So let us put this into consideration, that when we seek godly guidance, we are strengthened on this journey. We are strengthened on this path. We are strengthened to finish the race. We are strengthened to go towards our destiny, because our destiny is like, hey, I see you, but you look a little bit weak. Your purpose is saying, I see you, but you're looking a little bit beaten out. You know what I'm saying? I see you. So we don't want to go over to our destiny. We don't want to reach our destiny like, oh, I'm tired out, okay? We want to go over in our destiny like full of strength, like, hey, tap in, you know, like tap on in. Have you ever watched wrestling? Yeah. Have you ever watched wrestling? In wrestling, if you are a fan of wrestling, you can say hello, hi, me. In wrestling, I don't usually watch, but my daughter was a big, oh my goodness, she was a big fan of wrestling. In wrestling, when they go in and they wrestle in the ring, and they going, and they have a tag team. So when they realize that, oh, this is my partner, so two of them going in there, and they're like, okay, we see that you're looking at a little bit tired. We're giving some water, but you still look tired. All they want to say is, when you are feeling tired, they said, come, just do whatever you gotta do. Do whatever you gotta do, and come towards the rope, right? When you get towards the rope, I am going to be on this side of the rope. So whatever you do, try to get to my side. Try to reach me. Try to reach over here, because when you tired out in the ring, what they will do, they tap in. Boom. They tap and like, listen, bro, I can't make it. Look here, sis, I can't make it. I'm tired. Come on in and defend me. And that is what it is when you seek godly guidance. God is saying, tap in, honey, tap in. I see you look a bit tired over there. And that's it. When you tap in the wrestling, somebody's jumping and just kind of like drag you out and like, hey, go replenish yourself, and then I take over from here. Right? And that is what will happen when we see godly guidance. God is like, tap in, honey, tap in. You look a bit worn out. God is instructing us to do some things and we're like, ooh, I'm stressed out in that. God is instructing us to go a little bit further and we're like, ooh, I'm stressed out in that. God is like, okay, tap in, baby, tap in. So I could strengthen you, right? Tap in so I could strengthen you. And that is exactly how we want to go in this. These are the benefit that we get when we see godly guidance, okay? Now the next way we want to do this, when we see godly guidance, what is happening? We are following the path that God set in front of us. God set a road in front of us and like, listen, here's the road. Which one you want to take? This one? That cause you're going to get a little bump and bruise and scrapes and all that stuff. And you're going to be like, oh, I need some space. Or this one that you see all the fandangles and everything over there. You're like, ooh, yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, and you start attracting all those things. But you see this little road right here? Then you're going to be bumping on the wall, bumping on the street. You're going to be scratching. You're going to be falling down because it's so little. You're going to be going like, you got to keep your focus, right? Because if you turn this way to look this side, you might just hit your head. If you turn, you might hit your head this way. So this is the way, this is the path that God set in front of us. And like, listen, choose that one or this one. Choose which one you want. The big one where you can have all the freedom in the world. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. You don't even have to seek my guidance. Just do whatever you want to do. Or this little tiny one. Like it's like a one-way street. You know, people who are drivers, that one-way street, or those who've been in a car, or those who know that the roadside. One-way street, you're like, ooh, one-way street. This one got a lot of little stuff going on in there. But what happened with this one? When we follow God's guidance, it allows us to stay on this little path, and it is forcing us to stay focused. It allows us to follow the path, this path. So what we could do, stay focused, because if we keep on doing like that, we are going to bump our head. If we keep on doing like that, we're going to bump our head. If we keep on doing like that, we are going to hit the road. So we got to stay focused. So when we're seeking godly guidance, what is happening? We are following the path that is set out so we could reach our destiny. And that is the whole purpose, for us to reach our destiny, to accomplish our goals, to accomplish our purpose, because we got to seek that which we were created for. Yeah. So that is what we do. Okay? That is how the thing works. Like that, you gotta go. So, I mean, you can go over to the big road. It's not even highways, it's a big road. And then you get all the fandangos and everything over there. Everything, that's a freedom. Everything is freedom. Everything is over there. Or you just say, God is not even guiding me over there. But God is guiding you. Yeah, God is there. But God is saying, can you choose to just be right here? Let me tell you. Come on in, let me tell you. Come on in, let me tell you. When we go in this one, I feel like this guidance in this one is more intimate. You get what I'm saying? I believe that when we're in this little path, not that big one over there, I believe when we're in this little path that is set before us, that guidance is a little bit more intimate, darling. It's just personal. It's just more personal. Like, hey, God is like, hey, can you feel me next to you? Because when you're in this, how many of you can fit in this? Not everybody can fit in there. Okay, it's not everybody can fit in there. And then you're in there and you feel more closer to the person that is guiding you. It's like, have you ever been on a tour? Have you ever traveled? Everybody, if you have been here, you know that I'm a traveler. Have you ever been traveling? Have you ever traveled and you have to get a tour guide? Tour guide knows the road and the this and the that, and like, okay, over here we have that, and down here we have that, and all this stuff, and all this stuff, and all this stuff, right? So it's the same thing. God is a tour guide. So we on this little path set before us, and God is a tour guide. Honey, he's like, listen, don't you worry, I got you. I'm in front of you. Just follow my lead. Just follow my lead. These are the benefits that we get when we're seeking godly guidance. Now, another thing that we get when we seek godly guidance, another benefit that we acquire, it is joy. Joy. Okay? Merry heart. A merry heart. We get a merry heart, and we acquire joy, and we develop a sense of gratitude. We develop a sense of gratitude so much that it becomes normal for us to say, yes, I am so grateful. We hear this all the time. Gratitude is an attitude. Honey, it is the only attitude that we really need right about now. Let me tell you, gratitude is the main attitude that we should be having. And listen, come on now. We in 2024. How many of you thought you'd have made it to 2024? Gratitude, darling, gratitude. So when we accept the godly guidance, we would develop the mentality that gratitude is every single thing to the guidance, to the tour guide. The tour guide is God. He is the tour guide. He's like, hey, we right here together. We rolling down the road together. I'm guiding you along the way. The tour guide is God. Okay? And you know you go to school like guidance counselor and all that stuff. God is the whole thing. He's the whole guidance counselor. He's a tour guide. He's a pilot. He's the ear. He's just everything. But what will happen when we accept the fact that we are getting godly guidance is that our joy will increase. Our attitude of gratitude will increase, and Lord knows we will have such a merry heart that we don't have time. We don't have time when our heart is merry. You know they say Merry Christmas, but honey, I told somebody this the other day. I said I'm merry every day. And Merry Christmas is just one day. I'm merry every day. But when we seek godly guidance, what will happen? Our joy increase and our gratitude increase. That we don't even have time to hold anger. We don't even have time to hold up animosity. We don't even have time to whatever. Petty, all that stuff don't even bother us because the joy of the Lord, what happened? It now become our strength. So now we are stronger into any situation that come hey. So can you imagine you're being guided in this little path and every situation that comes, that's what happened. You are so guided that it's only bouncing. You're like, I'm not going to be affected by that. I'm not going to be affected by that. No, my tour guide got me. My tour guide is covering me. My tour guide is like, oh, don't y'all worry. I'm going to knock off the bugs and the flies and the mosquitoes and the animals and all this stuff. Don't you worry. I got you. I'm protecting you. That is the whole purpose. Okay? Good. Now, next thing we're going to do, the next thing that we're going to do, and the next thing that we're going to gather when we have this tour guide, when we see godly guidance, is that we embrace the goodness of God. We embrace it in such a way that, hello, somebody, like, who, what, why? We embrace the goodness of God, that when we look around on our life, they say, look back in your life, honey, I don't even want to look back. I want to look around now. I want to look around at the goodness now. Hello, somebody. I want to look right here, right now, like, hey, God, you got me right here. When we embrace the goodness of God, is because we acknowledge that we seek godly guidance. And these are the benefits that we get when we seek godly guidance. Okay, we get to embrace the goodness of God. If you sit there right now and you are questioning the goodness of God, you are being ungrateful. If you are sitting there right now and you are questioning the goodness of God, Lord knows you need to go ask God for forgiveness. If you are sitting there right now and you are not embracing the goodness of God, let me tell you something. God is looking at you like, who was your tour guide? Let me tell you something. This is the moment in time, no other time. Right now, this very moment is where we should stop, pause, and embrace the goodness of God. However you want to call, whoever you want to call, but I'm talking about my creator now. I'm talking about my creator. I'm not telling you who you want to call your God, but I'm just trying to let you know, my God, my creator, the one that put me together like this, the one that said, hey girl, that's you. Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about, okay? The one that got me to 2024, the one that got me to today's date, the one that got me to in this moment, the one that gave me breath, the one that allowed me to see, the one that allowed me to hear, the one that allowed me to achieve, the one that say, hey, girl, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. The one that say, hey, nothing is impossible. That is the one I am talking about. But let me tell you something, it's because I seek godly guidance. While I can come on up in here and say, I embrace the goodness of God. Yep, indeed, I embrace the goodness of God. So when we embrace the goodness of God, what will happen? We will start celebrating the faith that is inside of us, and the faith that is inside of us will allow us to minimize fear. We will start celebrating each other. We will start looking at each other different. We will start supporting each other in love and kindness and the pureness of our heart. We will start saying, hey, I see you. We will start acknowledge the presence of somebody. We will start giving peace. We will start have more compassion. We start have more love. We will just start being the best version of ourselves. When we start embracing this, we will understand that we were created in greatness. We were created to be great. We were created to what? Serve. We were created to have overflow. Hello, somebody. So with that said, I'm just trying to let y'all know that because of such, I want to go into the audience because I know y'all out there and I know y'all must be saying, hello, somebody. I am here. I know I heard y'all knocking. I do. I heard y'all knocking out there. And I want to say to you, yes, indeed. Let us understand that how important it is to seek godly guidance. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Sharon. Sharon says, James 15 says, we should ask God for wisdom and he will give it freely, honey. He's like, hey, I've been waiting for this phone call. He's like, hello, I'm God. I need some wisdom. Oh, really? Okay, no worries. God don't even question. He don't like, how much? I mean, what? You need a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds? No, God is not even questioning that. All we got to do is just make that call. God, I need some wisdom. And he's like, okay, right? He just like jumping right on in. No question asked. No question asked at all. God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. God needs for us to be humble. No matter where we go, no matter what we achieve, we cannot achieve anything without God anyway. So let's get this together. In our weakness, he is our strength. He's our, listen, when we say, oh, I'm so weak. You know, we talked about this before. Anything that we say after I am, that is what we gravitate to. I am weak. We start saying I am weak. We start going down. We're like, listen, I'm feeling a bit weak here today. God, give me strength. God is our strength indeed. Listen, I see another VIP up in the audience. Porter, welcome. Porter is another VIP here today indeed. Come on in as we roll on up in here. So let me tell you, audience, it is important. It is very important that we understand that wisdom is not in the store. Let's get this part first. Wisdom is not in the store. So while you are taking notes, because I told you we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets here. Wisdom is not in the store. Okay? Wisdom is not on discount. It's not on sale. It is not priced with a price tag somewhere like, hey, this is too. I don't know what is going on. But wisdom is not in no store. And I don't know what is going on, but I'm hearing a lot of buzzing going on today. Something pop up in my feed that some Stanley, I don't know who Stanley is. I don't know who Stanley is, but whoever Stanley is, I don't know why Stanley is selling a cup for $200. But anywho, that's none of my business. I see that's none of my business. But I'm just saying, it's something that pop up. So if anyone is aware of who Stanley is, y'all better ask Stanley if he's seeking godly guidance. I know who he is. But I'm hearing a lot of buzz going on all day that Stanley's cup and Stanley's cup was sold for $200 and all sorts of stuff. But like I said, Stanley, that's none of my business. Whatever you want to do, you do. But the first thing I want to tell you is that you got to seek godly wisdom, guidance, and you got to be humble because God resists the proud. You don't like that. So whoever you are, Stanley, whatever, you do what you do, but I do what I do, and this is how we do over here on the Christian Life Show. And I want to thank each and every one of you who came in here today on the live. And if you're in the back and you don't want us to know that you're here, that's fine by me too. I want to say to you, you are special in the eyes of God, and God is saying, hey, just call me. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody and they're like, send me a text message or something. Call me. I got wisdom for you. We can't go into 2024 without wisdom, honey. So let us make that phone call. in prayer, however you want to do your call. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Jesus, hello, bro. Whatever way you want to talk to God, you go ahead and you call up and you're like, I just need me some wisdom. You don't gotta ask for 10 pounds, maybe an ounce for today. Maybe an ounce for today is good. Whatever the case is, I want to say to you, go ahead, seek guidance, because in guidance you get wisdom. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Question Live Show, as we are in season 10, which is a season of overflow. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.